Boom, we're live.
Boom, good evening and welcome to episode 68 of Pillar Talk. If you like the BKFC, then you know this guy. We got Brandon Lambert, BKFC fighter. What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing just fantastic. I'm ready to get into this conversation, man.
Let's
Tell me
do
a
it.
little bit about yourself, man.
I'll be 38 in a couple of days. I hadn't really had any kind of competition until February 5th for about a decade and a half. I've been self-employed and shit, So I was a family man up until about 2 years ago. My wife and I split up. She took everything I had, including my children, and I
Ooh,
figured this is the only way that I could get out in front of them. The court's not helping me out, being able to get in contact with them. So, what better way than to get out on pay-per-view and start beating people up?
right. I mean, that's kind of cool, dude. Oh man, that sucks, dude. But so when did you start fighting? What age did you start fighting? Training to fight.
I mean, kind of like that cliche. Oh, I've been fighting all my life. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
I've been fighting for a long time because I used to get picked on as a kid, and then I just stopped taking it and started fighting back.
Okay.
But I started doing Muay Thai when I was like a mid-teen. I moved out to Thailand for a while, competed out there for a while, and then came back out here. And then I started businesses and all that. So I've owned MMA gyms. I've always been around the sports, but I never really participated in it because I had a family and I had businesses that I was running.
Right. And then you got the freedom, so you just started beating people up. Like you let
Yeah.
dream.
Well, yeah. I mean, it just kind of when a man loses everything that he ever built or ever wanted, it changes them. So.
Right.
Um, I wanted a platform to where my children knew that I wasn't just moving on without them because I literally have zero contact with them, even though it's court ordered. And I figured, you know, they're going to be on social media, they're going to be on YouTube, they're going to end up searching my name, and at least they can see that I was out there sharing their name, sharing the story, and doing what I can do because I'm not getting anywhere in court. So I got to do other methods to be able to get my story out there to see if I can't get something changed. You know what I mean?
The more money you make, the better lawyers you can get.
That part.
Yeah. That's the way to look. I like the way you think about that, dude. If you can't get it, you might as well just get it how you get it. Fuck,
Yeah, I
you're gonna
mean,
find it one way.
I'm people that are close to me and know me. They know that if I want something, I go after it and I get it. Like even though I didn't win my fight, my debut, I still won. I'm still relevant. I'm still being talked about. I don't know anybody else that's lost their debut and it's still relevant. Um,
Dude, I
so
I think bare knuckle boxing is fucking the new whip. I think it's awesome, dude, and I like how it's ran. I like it seems like the fucking fighters are more humble.
the They are. I've never seen a camaraderie like I have with BKFC. Like I've been around a lot of organizations, UFC, LFA, Bellator, Glory, uh, uh, a bunch of different organizations. And it's kind of, everybody for themselves, fuck everybody else. With bare knuckle, like we help each other. You know what I mean? We support each other. We're sending each other shirts. We're showing up at fights. We're buying each other's tickets. Like there was, I ended up, when I fought, I sold all my tickets. I needed tickets for my friends and family. And I reached out to fighters before I contacted the company to see if I could get their tickets sold for them because, we got paid on all of our ticket sales. So I wanted to make sure everybody got paid. And, they do that with every event. And, yeah, man, it's a pleasure to be a part of, man. I've made a lot of good friends that I know that I'm going to keep for the rest of my life, just being
Yeah,
associated with the sport.
yeah. Maybe if you're nice to them, they won't hit you as hard, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to befriend him, and then I could take a title from him later on down the line.
Yeah,
Hey, we're
right.
friends, remember?
Hey, remember I bought that shirt for you, bro. I got your family into the fucking fight, dude. Now give me the fucking championship.
Exactly.
That's
You scratch
a
my
good
back,
way
I
to look.
scratch yours, type of thing.
Yeah, that's a good way to look. dude, you had it for fucking 4 months, bro. Let it go.
Exactly. It's my
You know,
birthright.
it's like, dude, you took 37 pictures with it, dude. Settle down. My turn.
Let me have some shine. Come on now.
So, explain to me what it was like going out there in the bare knuckle boxing, like.
Well, first, I want you to. You said you hadn't competed in years. So,
yeah.
How did you get into bare knuckle after not competing for years, and then tell me how the event actually felt?
Man, I can't even put into words either one of those answers. How I got in was I just relentlessly was making posts. I was doing something that nobody else in bare knuckle is doing, and I was causing a stir. Me and Tyler Goodjohn had exchanged words online, and I just ran with it. He told me he was going to fight me for his debut, and I ran with it. And obviously, he ended up not fighting me for his debut. But that's where that door came in. Where it really opened up was when I did the 10K challenge. I offered him $10,000 if he could last more than 3 rounds with me, and that's when it really got like not viral, but kind of viral. And I went out to England to troll him for Christmas. I was going to go out to his hometown, go to his gym and shit, and do videos. He ended up not showing up. The country shut down. The day after I got back from England, I got the call to be on the February 5th card.
Ooh, I like that. That's sweet. Little bit of synchronicity going on there. To fucking
yeah. I mean, I had been campaigning for it for like 6 or 7 months. Like David Feldman was untagging himself from a lot of my posts, and then finally he was like, "Hey, this dude's relentless. Let's see what's up." And to answer the other question, how it felt, it was magical. 'Cause I'm somebody that like I've always dreamed of this moment, like, and I never really knew or visualized how it was going to happen until I took magic mushrooms.
right.
So during the trip is when I seen the vision of me in the ring. Like, so normally when I step into a combat arena like that, like a ring or a cage, I seal it off like I do in Muay Thai. But I had visualized that whole walk. So the walk to the ring, getting in it, all that. I had visualized that when I was on shrooms. So when I got in there, I remember my vision, I was just soaking in the energy. And so that's why I ended up, spinning around my arms up. All that was impromptu, but I just felt a certain energy that was insane. Like I can't put it into words. And I remember being energetic to the first round, and I came back to the corner, and I was like, "How am I doing? How am I looking?" And my corner was like, "You're doing awesome, man. Like you won that round. You're gonna beat this kid." And something inside of me was like, "Holy shit, dude! Like I'm actually fucking doing this. Like
Right.
I'm gonna win this." And I turned around to go toe the line again, and everything in me fell out. I just had the biggest adrenaline dump ever. And I don't remember very much of the second round. I remember bits and pieces. I do remember going back to the corner thinking, oh my God, I'm about to pass out. And then the third round, I was completely exhausted. I couldn't do anything. I was completely gassed. But it was the best and the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. Like it was everything.
Yeah, but you knew you could do it. You lasted.
And what was that 40-pound weight cut like?
Oh fuck! That is another thing that is the best and the worst time of my life. Looking back at it, I'm so thankful I got to go through that and experience that. And then at the same time, when I was going through it, all I could think about was, fuck, I want this to end. People don't get to see that part of fighting. People don't get to see the back end. Like I'd been around fighting for a long time. I had never cut weight before, dude. Never. I had never cut weight. Especially that much. And after I experienced that, I knew what exhaustion was. I knew what fearing for your life was like. The morning of weigh-ins, I almost died. I mean, not literally, I almost died, but I felt like I was going to die. My body was aching. My insides were hurting. My tendons were tight. I was completely fucked up.
No, keep going.
Go ahead. But
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I was gassed. I was hurting, but I was doing something that nobody thought I could do. Like even my cornerman didn't think I was going to make that weight. And I know I didn't make the bantamweight limit of 135, but I went until I couldn't go anymore. My body just stopped producing sweat. So it wasn't like I weighed in, was like, oh fuck, I didn't make it. Like I went back and cut again for another hour, and I just couldn't sweat anymore.
see, I don't think that you're getting the greatest potential out of it, because the weigh-ins are what, like Friday night, and then the fight Saturday night, right?
Well,
Something like.
it's Thursday afternoon, and then the fight's Friday night. So we were supposed to weigh in at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then the day before weigh-ins, they're like, no, we're going to weigh in at 2 o'clock, an hour away. So I had to cut in the morning because like the plan was to cut all night long, go to sleep, float the extra weight, get up, go weigh in, rehydrate, and be good, and have a full 24 hours, 36 hours to get done. Well, that didn't happen. I didn't really weigh in until like I didn't get done cutting weight until like 4, and then like I weighed in. So the reason that I was in UFC pants, that wasn't planned. Like I had trunks and everything planned. I didn't have anything on underneath there. I had just got done weighing in, so I went there just with my sweats, no underwear, nothing. And so that's why I had on what I had on when I weighed in, because I weighed in and then right back to the back to go do our weigh-ins and shit. So or to do the ceremonial weigh-in. So it was bad. Yeah, it was the best and the worst experience I ever felt. And the craziest thing is I cannot wait to do it again. Like I want some, except for the 40-pound weight cut. I don't want to do that again.
Right.
But I just want to go through that experience again, because I had anything that could fucked up that day. I
Right.
was on the stage ready to walk out, and then they told me to go sit back in the back for 20 minutes. So I was up there amped up, and then I had to come back and calm down, and I was amped up again. But I have no complaints. It was the best experience of my life.
See, that I think the weight cutting though is like you don't get the best potential out of the fighters. If they're
No.
cutting weight, like, because they're literally killing themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's shitty how they do it, dude. I was seeing when we were in middle school, dude, we were eating Skittles and just spitting the Skittles out in the
Yep.
thing, and running in trash bags and shit. I was like, I don't want to fucking do this no more, dude. I'm gonna do what I want because I just thought it was just fucking murder. It was the worst.
It was like definitely for me, because like the day I got the call, I hired a nutritionist. I went and got DEXA scans. Like I wanted to make sure that I could make this weight, and they all told me you can make the weight, but it is going to be hard. Like you have to do everything to a T. So that's why after I lost, I didn't go curl up and go cry like everybody thought. They thought once I lost, done, nobody's going to hear from me again. But even though I lost that fight, I won because I did something that nobody thought I could do. There is not one fucking person that was around me that said, hey, you're going to make this weight. Everybody told me, you need to call them and tell them 145, maybe 150. You're not going to make that. You're not going to make 135. And I knew that this was my only shot. And if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do everything in my power to do it. And that's what I did.
What was your official weight?
137.4.
Dude, that's fucking hella close.
I'm 6'1", and I was 174 when I got the call.
And how long was the weight cut?
30 days.
Ooh. Oh, dude, you didn't eat nothing for 30 days.
Dude, I was on a calorie deficient diet. So I was on enough calories for my body to function in a normal day. So just to walk around. And I was training 3 times a day at this point. So the whole training camp. So I got no sparring, no real technical work. Everything that I was doing was to cut weight. So when I was working out in a sauna suit. I was working out in sweats. So my 3 days or my 3-a-days were basically just cardio and cutting weight. I was cutting all. I cut like 13% body fat. Like, dude, it was insane what I did at my age.
Do you think that's why you were exhausted in the third round? Because
Oh yeah.
after you do that, you got to eat something. Then your body's a little bit sluggish. You already were fucking damn near dead when you walked in there.
Well, so when you're dehydrating, that's where you get all your weight loss from, is dehydration. So you can rehydrate your body in 24 to 48 hours. It takes your brain 36 to 72 hours to start getting rehydrated. So, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, well, cutting weight doesn't make you lose the ability to fight. Well, yes, it does. It fucks up your motor skills. I also had tendon and ligament issues inside my knees. If you notice when you watch the fight, I'm not stepping forward too much. I'm leaning back a lot. And that's due to the fact that I couldn't lean forward on my knee. My right knee was super, super weak, and it felt like the tendons were going to snap every time I put weight on it. So when I started getting tired, or when I came out in the second round and I was super fucking tired, I knew the only way I was putting him out is hitting him with one good left-hand shot. So I wanted him to dip over so I could crack him with the left. So I kept just throwing out my right jab. I wanted him to come over with a hook or something so I could smash him with a cross. And I was planting my feet and then throwing, and he was stepping out of the way. He could time the range very good when I was doing that because I wasn't moving forward when I was striking.
Right.
So I mean, I know everything that I did wrong in that fight. And I'm just ready to get back in there and rock it down. Like, I want a high profile fight. I know that I didn't look like I deserve a high profile fight. But if you put me there with good competition, you're going to get a good performance. Not saying Jared wasn't good. Jared's great. That I was outclassed for one. He's a way better boxer than I am. And it's just a weight class that I should have never even attempted to go. I don't know anybody that was my weight that would have got down to that weight class.
So what, you walk around 175-ish, and then
I'm 180 something right now. I'm like 182 right now.
Oh, so what would your ideal weight to fight at be?
Well, I want to walk around at like 170. I want to fight at 145, 155. Like, I think I dominate 145. I want to fight John Chalback at 145, honestly. But yeah, I mean, 45 is the weight class that I'm eyeing. When I was 145 during this weight cut, I felt phenomenal. I looked good. I really like that weight. I've blown up a little bit bigger now just because I'm still kind of suffering from the water retention. I was hospitalized after the fight with the water retention.
Foot, those ankles disappeared.
Yeah. So, and then when I was in Puerto Rico, I was supposed to be in Puerto Rico until the 15th. And then while I was out there, I kept swelling. So I came back here to get everything squared away with my doctor. And I'm good now. I go back in tomorrow to make sure that I'm getting cleared. And then I'll go back into full training. But yeah, that's been a big issue for me for the last month or so, is dealing with the repercussions of the weight cut. I do not suggest cutting 40 pounds for a fight.
Oh, damn, dude.
It was bad.
So, that seems crazy to me, cutting 40 pounds in 30 days without dying. And then you're going to fight for your life.
Yeah. On the biggest stage that you've ever been on in your life, like,
right.
It's just
people
insane.
paid to watch this shit, crazy. That's crazy. That's awesome.
And he said he got there by talking shit and being a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm the only I'm the only fighter that BKFC's ever signed that they've never seen fight before.
Oh, really? That's awesome. That's cool. See,
so they take a big chance on me.
What I like about BKFC is if a motherfucker got hurt, they're fighting. It doesn't matter if you come in, because like in the UFC, whatever, you lose 3 fights, your contract's over.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, dude, if God dang, you lost 3 fights, but you bang that motherfucker out the whole time, you have some heart, we're gonna do it again. Like,
they give you a job.
Yeah, that's what I think is what sells seats, is like motherfuckers that really, really fucking want to do this and really, it's all their heart. You can see they put their whole heart in it, dude. That they'd get carted out. Like you're getting fucking hospitalized after you fucking fight, but you said you had the best time of your life.
Yeah, it was wild.
Crazy. You guys are a special.
And like, you know, like it would have been different if I would have went in there and got hit and dropped, then I wouldn't be in the conversation. But like real people that know what they're talking about, they watched me take those shots and they know that those were hard shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I went down and I didn't get up. See that last sequence now, and it's not the reason that I lost. Like he would have beat me anyway. If I'd have gotten up, he would have knocked me back down. I know that.
Right.
But I got hit in the back of the head, and that's what took me completely out. If you watch it, you'll notice. I think it's my left leg. I think it's my left. It might be my right leg. My right leg. I think it was my right leg. Was stiff and hanging up. It was sticking up off the ground when I was trying to get up. When I was trying to get up at like the 7 or 8 mark, I couldn't move my legs, so I just laid back down. I was like, "Fuck!" Like I am fucked up. And I really didn't come to until I was out in the back. You go back to a cut room and you like kind of decompress. You got to sit in there for 5 or 10 minutes. And I was in there, I was bleeding. Had big old, you know, I broke my nose and shit. And I mean, not 3 minutes after I got back there, I look over and I see these gold and black shoes, and I was like, "You got to be shitting me! He's over here to talk shit again." So I look over and it's Jared, his coach, and his other one of his team members, the boxing team owner, I think, and they just came over to congratulate me for, you know, getting to the weight that I got to, because they didn't think I was going to make weight either. And then we became really close, you know. So I'm just super thankful for that experience. It's an experience that only a handful of people is going to be able to experience. It, you know, there's only 16 other people or 17 other people that can say that they were where I was at on that certain day. So, and to say that I got to be on, I fought on the same card that Chris Lieben, you know, retired on is pretty crazy.
That was a sweet fight too, man.
Dude, wasn't it badass?
That was cool. We had Quentin on here, man. I really liked him as a person, man. I liked the way they talk. He was the first BKFC fighter we talked about, we talked to, and then I was like, holy shit, these people are a different fucking fighter. They're a different breed of. It's like a sportsman. It's not like the person that talks the most shit gets the platform. It's the person that comes ready to play is the one that fucking gets talked about. So I like that. Let me you go, Josh.
What did you do before this? You said you were self-employed. You got a bunch of businesses or something?
Yes, I had I used to buy post-charge off consumer debt. I had collection agencies, so I did that for a while, and then
beat him up.
we beat them up over the phone. Like I'm really good. I'm really good on. I'm really good at talking, obviously. So you know, I did that for a while. I was always been in sales, and you know, I did that for a long time, and then when I got sick, you know, I've also had gyms. You know, we've had some MMA gyms, shit like that. But I ended up getting into CBD. I had a brain injury probably 6 years ago. That's another thing that I get into at a later date. But if people knew my background, knew what I overcame to be able to do the walk, I'd probably get a lot more respect. But that is what it is. But
that's the reason behind this. We want to know everybody's story, man. I got a brain injury in 2018, got pretty fucked up, and walked out of there pretty deep. I'm decent today, you know. I'm just a little bit fucked up, man. I'd love to hear stories of redemption if you got time to say it.
I mean, well, basically, so you know, when I was doing charge off debt, you know, I had like 100 employees, so I was always on my phone, always traveling. I took care of the business, you know, and I knew every aspect of it. I was involved in every aspect of it, and it's stressful. And stress makes your brain increase and decrease in size, and it starts to deform a lot of the veins that are in the brain. It's like taking a shoestring inside your shoe and walking around all day. It's not going to stay straight.
Right.
So I developed 3 small aneurysms in the back of my brain. Aneurysms are deformities inside the vein. What kills people is when they explode in rapid blood loss. Mine just kind of split open and was leaking. So this was leaking for like 3 years. I was getting sick and like flu and like flu symptoms, flu and pneumonia symptoms for like 3 or 4 months at a time, every couple once or twice a year. So I was pretty much sick like 3/4 of the year. Couldn't figure out why. And then I was training at my gym. I was doing Muay Thai classes, and I was training for a Muay Thai tournament. And I was just super tired, started passing out. And then one day I passed out, woke up in an ambulance, picked the hospital, found out I had fluid on my brain. Flew me to Cedars-Sinai in LA, and they did the surgery and patched it. 2 of them were good. The middle one re-broke. I had to have that surgery again, and then it re-broke again. And I lived with it for the longest time, and that's when I started my CBD company. And then CBD and CBG, I basically just, without sounding like snake oil, it healed me. I was self-medicating, self-dosing, things like that. And then I helped fighters with it, blew that company up. And then how I even ended up starting to fight was I wanted to fight Jake Paul in MMA. So I contacted Bellator since they were in bed with DAZN, and the Paul brothers are signed with DAZN. They flew me out to California to get me licensed because they knew about my injury and stuff. Because I was deep in with Bellator before CBD&D came along. I'm the one that introduced them to CBD. So I was supplying a lot of their fighters, a lot of their office people with CBD. So they got me licensed in California, and that was all on the day COVID happened and started to shut down. I was in the doctor's office, and they told me, "Hey, you're gonna have to come back. They're shutting everything down. They're shutting the state down." And I'm like, I'm flying back home to Florida tomorrow, so like I got to get this done today. So they had to call Bellator. Bellator was like, "Yeah, can you hurry up and get it all done?" So I got all my medicals done that day. And then COVID happened, and Logan wanted to fight within like 6 months, and Bellator wasn't going to have a show for like another year. So that kiboshed that. So that's when I started fucking around with I did shrooms because I suffer from depression, and that's when the bare knuckle thing started. Once I started doing my shroom trips, I started seeing it in visions, and I knew this is the path that I needed to take. So everything that's happened to me in the last like 18 months, nothing would have happened without the previous thing happening. So I feel like there's something great at the end of this. So I'm just kind of following the steps.
Yep. That's exactly how I do it, how I go through it. Is I know because I'm a better person now after the injury and after having to fight for my life and learn how to walk again. I feel like if I'm so good now because I fought so hard during the 2 years I was recovering, like what is out there for me, man? And that's a very good story, man. That's I love to hear that you're fighting through that shit. Suffering from depression and taking mushrooms goes together. Have you done research on it? The mushrooms,
Nah,
they're starting to prescribe
yeah,
mushrooms to people with PTSD and depression and shit like that.
yeah,
Because the microdosing that shit will make you fucking feel better and think more clear. And then you take that big giant trip and you can come face to face with your demons, and that's when you're the most calmest to fucking uh deal with them and shit like that.
yeah.
So
I mean, because like I can't be hurt any worse than I'm already hurt.
right.
So like, there's not a man alive that can hurt me worse than what my wife hurt me. So knowing that, like I'm ready to face anybody. Like that's why you don't see me like I want to fight anybody. Let's go. Like I don't want to fight just any. I want big fucking fights because like I want to be tested. I want big fucking fights. I want undefeated people. I don't want these debut guys or these guys that can't get a win. I
Right.
want to fight dudes that go in there to kill people. I had a long list of people that I could have fought when they asked me if I could make 135. And I told them, I was like, give me somebody undefeated. Give me somebody that's going to be a test. And I think they gave me one of the toughest fights, other than Travis Thompson. I'm not saying Travis is tougher than Jared or Jared's tougher than Travis. I'm excited to see those two scrap. But I wanted somebody with an undefeated record. I wanted to be able to say, hey, I took this guy's it didn't work out in my favor. But like I said, you win some, you lose some. It's how you. It's not how you fall; it's how you get back up. And I think I've gotten back up, and I'm ready to go out again.
And then, so you've been on medical protocol for what? How much you say? 3 months now?
No, I fought 5 weeks ago. So I've been dealing with that shit for about 5. I fought February 5th.
Oh,
so,
yeah, 4. Okay.
Yeah. So they told me to take like a month off, the doctors did. But that's not my nature. So I've been training and just making the shit worse. So I have been kind of slacking a little bit. Not slacking, but lightening up my workouts. But come Monday, when I get totally released, I'm going to hit it full force and get back on it because I want to fight ASAP. I'm going to try. I was going to try to get ready for the Biloxi card in case somebody pulled out because they got a lot of 165-pound fights. But I just think that's too soon of a turnaround. I don't want to risk going 0-2. So I'm looking to fight in either Alabama or in Miami.
Oh, later this year?
Yeah, I want to fight in April or May. I'll be ready in April.
Okay, that's fucking sweet. And you're gonna try to who you looking to fight and one at 155?
Well, at 155, I want Tyler. But at 145, I really want to be at 145. I want John Chall back. He had a pretty good showing in Knuckle Mania, but the dude don't fight anybody. He fights people that's never won a fight before. I mean, the dude's 14-0, and his opponents are 5-19.
Oh,
yeah, so he's a bum. I mean, my opponent, he's fought 13 people or 14 people, no, 13 people because he fought one dude back to back and beat him twice. But all of their people have 5 wins total, and my guy had 2 wins total. So he's only fought guys that have 3 more wins than my record guys, but I fought 12 people less than him.
yeah.
So that's who I want. He looked good, but if you go back and rewatch that fight, Bono didn't fight. He covered up the whole time. Like he wasn't pressing forward. He wasn't engaging. He was ducking down, throwing punches from his guard, and curling up. Like he wasn't giving any kind of offense. So I would have looked the exact same way against. If Jared would have done that to me, I would have walked to Jared. So
Right.
Challback doesn't impress me.
Explain punching without your wrist wrapped up real fucking. Like explain how you punch.
Well, your wrists are wrapped up really good. Your
knuckles.
Yeah, the knuckles are exposed. So in Florida's the only state that I've seen do this. You have these sleeves. So I'm gonna go where there's light. I apologize.
No, you're all right.
So in Florida, there's these sleeves that you have to do, and they go from here. So it comes into here about 1 inch from the knuckles, and it goes to here. So you put it on, and it's a little thumbless wrap. You wrap gauze around that, 1 or 2 little things of gauze, and then you wrap you wrap your tape.
Okay.
It really depends on who does your tape, how many times you wrap it. But I mean, like Tony Lopez puts a strip of tape over his wrist. So it just really depends on who's wrapping your hands. I had a pretty good amount of tape on there. I had my coach from Puerto Rico do mine. So I had really stiff, like the center of my hand right here was so sore because how they wrapped it, it had my thumb like this.
Yeah.
So when I did it, like it was a full on fit. So don't let them fool you. It's bare knuckle, but you got a lot of support and you can get those fucking wrists cranking. So I had a solid ass wrist. Like we were solid, bro. And Ford's the only one that I've seen that's ever done that. But yeah, it's man, it's gladiator shit, dude. It's gladiator shit.
I think it's way more crazier because now you have the chance to break you punch somebody in the fucking forehead full fledged, your hand is folding. It's not gonna feel good.
So both my hands, my four knuckles were smashed. And then both of my thumbs were hammered because like when I was throwing the hooks, I wanted to bring them around here like this. I wasn't doing that. I was hitting them like this. So I was hitting them with my thumb. So I remember I threw a hook, bow, and I hit my thumb and it hit his wrist bone. And I was like, motherfucker. So you don't notice injuries that you have until 4 or 5 days after the fight. Like my ribs didn't hurt until like 3 days after the fight, and then I couldn't hardly get out of bed. And then my thumb started swelling up. And then both my hands were swollen. They're like, God damn. So, man, I wish I could put it into a virtual reality machine because I have that Oculus. I wish I could put it in there and just relive it every day because like it's unexplainable. And what's even more unexplainable is I used to collect posters, and then now I'm fucking on one.
Oh,
You know, like
sick.
You know what I mean? So like it's pretty cool because like some dude made like some kind of mats and shit. So they did the mats and put me on the mats.
Oh, you're fucking all over your house.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome, dude.
So you know it's kind of surreal because like I'll be 38 on Tuesday, or no 38 on Wednesday. I'll be 38 on Wednesday, and I've done things in my life that not a lot of people can do. And I've done things in my life, everything that I've set out to do, I've accomplished. So, you know, like, I just want to become a role model to other people that, like, it doesn't matter what you do in life or how life treats you, you can still go after your dreams. You can go after what you're really after.
Yep.
Like, if I could just focus on being with my kids, I would do that. But I can't. So I have to put that energy into something else. And I really think a lot of good is going to come from me being part of this organization. This organization is amazing.
I really like the owner of that organization. You guys talk about him like he's fucking the nicest guy in the world, man.
He is, dude. He's
yeah. Because
he's awesome.
He just I feel like it's one of the best ways to fight too. Yeah, you're gonna get a cocky guy come through there, but like you guys are real good sportsmen.
Yeah, and I'm more fortunate than a lot of the other fighters. Like, a lot of these guys, this is all they have. So this is all they have, and they're getting fights canceled, they're getting this done and that done. I'm fortunate enough to where I have other income sources, so I'm not relying on. I mean, I still have my check. I haven't even cashed my check yet. I'm probably just going to put it in a frame. So I'm glad to see that the sport's growing like it is. I would like to see more money being spread around to the people that are actually fighting right now and not seeing so much. Like I don't believe that somebody should get paid $20,000 to fight somebody for $500,000. I believe that. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's getting paid
the same check
or close to it, like if they're going to pay, and I don't know how much Paige is getting paid. And I love Paige to death. I think she's an awesome person. She actually let me use her sauna on weigh-in day so I could try to cut that extra 1.5 pounds that I didn't cut. But, if they're going to pay her, let's say they pay her $200,000, then her opponent should be getting paid pretty close to that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're risking the same thing that Paige is. Now Paige brings a lot of eyes, but at the same time, like I don't think that I would, if they offered me 20 grand to fight somebody and I knew they were getting paid 200. I'm gonna have to think about that one, you know, regardless of anything. But other than that, they're very fair on everything else. Like, and I understand, you know, the marketing part of it, and I understand the business aspect of it. That's the only part of it I don't like, but that's the industry that we're in. So, you know, like, you got a lot of people like, I don't give a fuck, I just want to fight. You know, that's where I am with it, but I also want to be reasonable about it. Like, I'm not doing this for the money, but I'm not going to get taken advantage of either.
Like you said, Paige was the highlight of that pay-per-view. Of course, she's going to get paid a shit ton more, you know?
Yeah. And what's crazy is
basically pay-per-view buy-ins.
Yeah. But what's crazy about that is I was still one of the top 3 most talked about fighters on that card. I was the lowest paid, and I lost, and I still have a lot of buzz. So
I'm still like, yeah. Hell yeah, I want to talk to this guy.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not trying to say that to be cocky, but I'm trying to say that to where, you know, and it doesn't go for David or just BKFC, but every organization. Like, pay attention to your roster, man. Like, all the shit that's going on about me, I have created myself. I've gotten no support. Like, they don't share my stuff. They don't shout me out. Like, all the buzz that's happening is because of the work that I've put in. Yeah, I didn't start in the AMI leagues and fight for 10 years, but I've been doing what I've been doing for the last 15 years to get me where I'm at, you know, and a lot of people see that and a lot of people don't. Like, I do have a lot of fighters that are pissed off that I'm doing what I'm doing or that I'm where I'm at. But then they're calling me out wanting to fight me. Oh, you fucking suck. You can't fight. You're an embarrassment. I'll fight you. So I know what they're after with that, and that just makes me feel even better.
Right. That's cool, man. You got a couple fights up your sleeve, right? Cocked and loaded, bro.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll, dude. Like, I want some big profile fights, and I'm not going to stop calling Tyler Goodjohn out. The El Tranado and me are destined to fight. I believe that.
Been calling him out since February 5th.
I've been calling him out since way before then, bro. I've been
Oh,
calling him out since since all this shit starts, for like 8 or 9 months, because he tagged me in a post that said that we were going to fight. And where I'm from, when you tell a man you're going to fight him, you fucking fight him. So, Tyler Goodjohn, let's fucking fight.
let's just do it, dude.
Let's
Fuck.
do it, man. Like, and I want to do it in England. I want to beat his ass in England. So they're going to be doing some like Manchester shows. Let's do that shit in England, man. I'll go over there and sell more tickets. I have so many UK fans. So many UK fans. It'll blow your mind.
I got a random question for you. What are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
Damn.
Just a random,
Well,
because you've already been on pay-per-view, so I mean
yeah,
that's
I
our
want to win. Yeah, I want to win a title. I want to be a title holder. I want to get a viral knockout. Like, I want to be on ESPN with a knockout, whether it's me getting knocked out or me knocking somebody out.
right.
I don't care either way.
I agree with that. That would be cool.
And then I never want to be forcefully kept from my children ever again.
Yeah,
that's my bucket list. I've done everything I've ever wanted to do, man. I've been all around the world. I've had money. I've lost money. I've been to every place that you can think of. I've had gorgeous women. I've had fat women. I've done everything that a person could want to do. I've been on fucking paper.
Dirty girls.
Yeah.
Dirty
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. So,
gorgeous women, fat women, it don't care.
I mean, I've had them all, dude. And I don't really like really gorgeous women. I like hefty ass women. I like thick girls. Like you got to have a belly for me to like you. So
I got a gut.
I need I need a little pudge or I don't budge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
that's weird, man. Because you're a skinnier guy, man. I'm a big old 300-pound monster, and I love little skinny girls, man.
I
Tiny
can't do
titties
skinny
are the
girls.
best, bro. Oh,
I
fuck.
can't do it, dude. They have stinky pussies. Oh, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Jeez, dude.
I can't do it, man. And so
yeah, wow, that shit stank, girl.
yeah, well, see, so here's my issue is I'm still kind of like I compare every girl to an ex-girlfriend. So like the reason that I was going through the divorce is I ended up having an affair on my wife, and I'm still really stuck on that girl. So like every girl I compare to them or compare to her, and nobody ever matches up. You know what I mean? So it's like I just keep fucking up these girls' heads over and over and over again because I like when they ask about my past, like, oh, why did you get a divorce? Why did this? Why that? I tell them, and then by the end of the conversation, like an hour and a half in, they're like, wow, you still love her. I'm like, fuck, here we go, So my other bucket list would be get that back, but that ain't gonna happen. So winning a world title will have to do for that, I guess.
Right. You exchange your title out for that?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd rather not.
Winning ticket, baby. I got the winning ticket.
Well, I figured like that's why I ended up doing this. I figured, well, let me get on pay-per-view. Let me show this bitch I'm serious. Like I even put her. I put her on my. Let me see if I got my shirt. Sorry for the lighting and shit, guys.
No, you're good, bro.
I have. Yeah, I put her on my shirt. So I put my kids. I don't like to say kids. I put my children on my shirt. I hate when bitches say, "Oh, I got my kid with me." Like, nah, it's your daughter, dog. Like, so I wanted to put my children on my shirt, or on my banner and my shirt. Sorry, God damn it. And so I even put her on it. So I have my daughter, Indiana Scarlett. Leonidas Cruz is my son. Aspen Gracie is my oldest daughter. And then I got Zara May Rada, which is the girl that was that I was having the affair with. So like I put her on all my shit, you know what I mean? And I thought for sure like this was the ticket, this was it, and just nothing.
Dude, your son's name is Leonidas?
Yeah.
That's fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah, like I'm big on Spartan mythology, and like I'm big on I'm very antisocial, introverted. I don't like a lot of people. So the whole thing of like the 300 Spartans versus this vast army of people, I just kind of relate to that because like that's how I feel. Like it's just me and my Spartans, and like I never thought we were going to have a son, and when we did, I was just like, hey, this is destiny. So we named him Leonidas.
Fuck yeah, dude. That is a hard ass name. If he ever kicks somebody into a hole, bro, you're all to blame for doing that.
Right?
Dude, who the fuck are you talking to on this playground, bro? You know who I am?
Do you not see the name tag, brother? Look at the lunch pail, bitch.
Up people, dude. You don't think I fucking got that in the DNA?
Well, and I mean that's another thing too. Like I wanted them to be able to be like, "Hey, my dad did that." Like how many kids can say, "Hey, my dad went out there and fought another dude bare knuckle in front of millions of people"? Like there was 500,000 people that watched my fight. 500,000.
And that's cool. I think bare knuckle boxing is the closest thing to gladiators we got.
Besides Lethway's intense.
What's Lethway?
So Lethway, it's bare knuckle boxing with elbows and headbutts.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and kicks.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can kick, knee. It's the Lethway. So Muay Thai is the art of 8 limbs, and Lethway is the art of 9 limbs. Because you got your head.
Dome? Holy shit, dude! There's brain injuries everywhere over there.
It's legit, bro. It is legit.
Dude, these dudes don't even know their name. They're just going out and fighting, bro.
It's Burmese boxing. It was made in Burma, or it was created in Burma.
At that point, you might as well just call it street fighting.
It's fucking
And
intense though.
street fighting. That's sweet.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that
wild.
shit up.
He says I'm gonna have to look that shit up.
Oh,
Dave LeDuc is like the king of that shit. He's a Canadian dude. He's badass. He's a little scrawny ass white dude. He beats the fuck out of people.
I bet he's super polite. Like after he's done, he's like, I'm sorry, man. This is what I do.
Here's your eyeball.
Yeah. I'll put it back in. I'm actually a doctor. That dude, oh, that's fucking sweet as shit. Let's see another. Anything weird happened to you lately?
Yeah, I got in a fist fight on pay-per-view.
I mean, come on.
Nah.
That was sanctioned, dude.
No, I mean not lately. I mean just the effects of the weight cut. That was pretty wild. I didn't think that was going to happen. I really I didn't anticipate that happening.
So does your doctor recommend that you take until you get cleared before you start training, just in case?
Yeah, I mean they just wanted to make sure that my kidneys are functioning the way that they're supposed to function. Because like they weren't up to capacity. I think they were functioning at like 70% capacity, and then my body was retaining sodium and water. So my joints were inflamed, so it was hard for me to move around. So I would have run the risk of injuring my joints or my tendons or whatever. So we wanted to make sure that the swelling was down from there. I'm not having any more swelling. I'm not having any more pain. So they just want to make sure that everything's functioning up to par before I.
Is that usually how they do it after every fight like that? Every combat sport?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's his first one? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, like, I didn't even realize that I was suspended for 30 days until like halfway through it. I was like, oh shit, I read the paper that they gave me.
Holy shit. Oh,
He finally reads the paper. Oh, fuck, I'm
just
suspended.
To get cleared, you have to have doctor clearance.
Medical suspension.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Yeah, like if I wanted to, I'd have to get cleared by a doctor before I had any before I could fight again before the 30 days. But so they wouldn't sanction me for 30 days. But after 30 days, I can get a fight date. And it's already been 30 days. So I'm just getting cleared by my doctor for health reasons to make sure that I can regain training and not.
Yeah, because you don't want to kill yourself, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't care about that. I just don't want to do. I just don't want to do 2 or 3 weeks worth of work and then fuck my body up and have to, like, I'm big
for a couple months.
Yeah, like why waste 3 or 4 weeks of fucking training and then sit out for 2 months when I could have sat out for 2 weeks and been good. So I'm gonna go that route. I don't want to do that. Well, I got to train. It's my life. Like it is what it is. I do whatever they say.
Yeah,
it's a business for me.
Chill out, bro. You're getting older, dude. You don't want to fuck your body up forever.
Yeah, I mean it's a business for me now. So whatever they tell me to do, I'm gonna do.
So what? Right when you get cleared and you start training again, you're gonna start getting into your boy's ears, like, "Hey, who wants to fucking bang
I'm
it
already
He's
in
already
here.
Yeah, he's already been.
Like I want to fight.
He's posting something.
Oh, he's talking shit. I'll fight any of y'all. What's up?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. Like I got 2 people that I call out consistently, and that's John Chalback and Tyler Goodjohn. Anybody else can get it. Like they're not going to send me a contract, and I'm like, oh no, not that guy. I'll fight whoever they put in front of me, and there's no short list of that. There's 500 people that's hit up Nate saying they want to fight me. So we'll see who's about it.
So how does that go? Is it a 1-fight contract each time? Like they just
not each time. Nah, they'll sign you. Sometimes they'll sign you to 1. Sometimes they'll sign you to a 3-fight deal. It just kind of depends.
Oh, and then they present you with. I mean, if you have like 5 people that you're able to fight right now, they present you with all 5 of the people's names, and then you sign off on the one you want to fight.
Kind of. I mean, they'll tell you, hey, these are like how it happened with me. They said, hey, can you make 135? I was like, yeah, I'll make any weight you need me to make. And then 2 days later, they gave me 3 or 4 or like 4 names, and I was like, I'll take whoever. And then they gave me 3 names 2 days later, and I was like, give me the toughest one, the one that's undefeated. Give me that guy. because the only person that I knew was Travis Thompson, and I really didn't want to fight him because we had kind of been friendly, and I didn't want to fight somebody that I knew or that I was friends with. I wanted to be able to, do what I did, at the weigh-ins and have that animosity and that stare, that intensity, and I couldn't do that with Travis because I like him.
I'd be like, hey man, how's your kids?
Exactly. So
you want to come over for steak later, or
because it's hard for me. Like, I don't like sparring with people I know, because then when I hit them, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and it just it's not good for me. I don't like sparring because of that, and so I really don't want to fight somebody that I know, especially with not having the experience. If I get 4 or 5 fights, then I'll fight anybody, but. I wasn't going to fight somebody that I respected or knew.
Oh, so you want to have that? You want to have that? I don't know this guy. You want to have a clear mind when you go in there. I don't know this guy. He's coming to fuck me up. I'm coming to fuck him up. Let's go. I like that. I like reasoning.
So like a lot of the shit talk is to build the fight, but a lot of that shit talk is to build that animosity inside of me so I can go out there and perform, because like I'm not a violent person, I guess. Like I am, but I'm not. Like I have to have a reason to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like
say something about my mom. Say something about my mom, or I can't hit you, dude.
I mean that's how I got my nickname Malo, is because like when that flip switches, it's flipped and you're fucked. When that switch flips, you're fucked. And so I flipped that switch whenever I signed a contract. So as soon as I knew I was fighting Jared, he became the enemy, and I put on go mode, and that's what I'm going to do the next go around too. Like it's going to be the same intensity every time, because like I am who I portray on that stage. Like that's who I am when I walk out there.
Yep, you're putting your heart on that shield, and you're going out there and you're smashing out. That's I like that. That's modern day gladiator shit, man. I applaud you for that. I couldn't do that.
Nah. I mean, you can do anything that you put your mind to.
That's the truth, man. And you said it earlier, man. And that's the thing I go by, man. They told me I wasn't gonna walk again. They told me I had a 5% chance of survival after the motorcycle accident.
Yeah,
and I'm still sitting here, and I just walked 10,000 steps yesterday. I'm gonna do it tomorrow too. Like, all I gotta use is a cane. I'm not in no fucking wheelchair, so. I love breaking what they say they're gonna put me in. They're like, oh, you're gonna be in this category for the rest of your life. Like, no, man, I'm a 27-year-old male, dude. I'll find a way. I'll do something.
It's kind of how I'm with it. Like I've overcame too much in life for little shit to stop me now. So
yep, that's it. I've seen death. I don't need your sob story. I'm good. I'm ready to ride it out. I'm dealing with fucking PTSD, depression, and all that shit with no medicine whatsoever. So, and it's a struggle. I'll let you know that it's a real struggle. But fuck, man, I'll fucking take that over being in a hospital bed any day.
Or a zombie because you're all peeled out.
Yeah. That's what I tell my doctors. When I was a kid, I used to fuck with these pills to get high with my buddies. I don't want these pills at all. I don't want none of them. We used to think it was cool to take pills and go to school and shit. Mm-hmm. Nope. I ain't trying to do that no more. Trying to do it myself. Is there plug yourself in?
Yeah, plug all your social medias, how to find you, all that, and then we're gonna ask you one more question.
All right, so you can find me on my fan page is Brandon Malo Lambert, or Brandon Lambert on Facebook. So Brandon Lambert is my personal page. Brandon Malo Lambert is my fan page. And then you can find me on Instagram at Mr.Malo951. So Mr. Malo, MALO 951.
Okay. Last thing to say to the whole world. What are you saying?
I'm coming. I'm here for real. A lot of people think that I'm just here to talk shit and be a comedian, but I'm coming to fight. I'm coming for that belt. I will be a 145-pound champion. I promise you.
Oh, hell yeah. Look out for this motherfucker in the future. He's about to hold some gold.
Yeah, I'm about to kill somebody.
thank you for coming in. Thank you for having a conversation with us, man. It was great meeting you. Have a wonderful night and good luck in the future, man.
Yeah,
I
we
greatly appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys go. Have a great night, man.
Peace
I love
out, everybody.
all you guys.
Have a good one, man. Thank you guys so much.